In the world of healthy eating, where every product is evaluated for its health benefits, special attention is paid to the diet of people over 60. After all, with age, every bite, every habit, and even the seemingly most beneficial product can directly affect the heart. But what if familiar and beloved vegetables that appear on the table every day can slow it down? Doctors are increasingly faced with situations where elderly patients, confident in the correctness of their diet, are unaware of the hidden risks. They try to eat more greens, reduce sugar consumption, avoid fried foods, but do not take into account that some vegetables, under certain conditions or in combination with medications, can imperceptibly undermine heart health. Some of them can raise blood pressure, others can interfere with the action of vital medications, and still others can carry bacteria that a weakened body may not be able to fight. In this regard, special attention is paid to 5 types of vegetables, the consumption of which is recommended to be limited or changed in the way they are prepared for the elderly. An analysis of each of them will identify potential risks and offer safe alternatives to maintain heart health. It is important to understand that awareness and the right choice of food can help avoid many problems. First on the list is spinach, a leafy green that has long been considered one of the most beneficial foods, and indeed for many it is a real superfood. However, for people over 60, especially those taking heart medications, spinach can pose a hidden threat. Numerous cases show how patients convinced of the benefits of their diet face unexpected problems associated with the interaction of healthy food and vital drugs. The fact is that spinach is rich in vitamin K, which is necessary for blood clotting. But it is this property that can be dangerous for those who take blood thinners, such as warfarin, prescribed after heart attacks, strokes, or atrial fibrillation. An excess of vitamin K can neutralize the effect of the drug, thickening the blood and depriving the body of protection against blood clots. The most dangerous thing is that most elderly people are unaware of this interaction. They feel good, are confident in the effectiveness of the treatment, but at this time, their body is gradually losing protection against deadly complications. Medical practice shows that the enthusiasm for spinach smoothies and large portions of salads, without taking into account the individual characteristics of the body, can lead to undesirable consequences, up to strokes and thromboses. Spinach itself is not a harmful product, but its uncontrolled use can negate the effect of drugs. It is important to remember that not all vegetables are equally beneficial for the elderly, and in some cases, they can do more harm than fast food. It is necessary to inform the doctor about any changes in the diet to avoid negative interaction of products and drugs. Let's consider another common product that may pose a hidden danger to health: pickled cucumbers. These crunchy and spicy vegetables are often perceived as a harmless snack, but for people over 60, especially those with heart problems or high blood pressure, they can be very harmful. The fact is that pickled cucumbers contain a huge amount of sodium, up to 1,000 gigagrams per serving, which is 2-3 bows of the daily norm for the elderly. Sodium retains water in the body, increasing blood volume and creating additional stress on the heart and blood vessels. Over time, this can lead to hypertension, loss of elasticity of the arteries, and ultimately to heart failure. There were cases when patients who adhered to a healthy diet, excluding fried foods and regularly playing sports, could not normalize their blood pressure. The reason was the frequent consumption of pickled cucumbers, which nullified all efforts to improve health. The danger lies in the fact that the negative impact of excess salt does not appear immediately, but only when serious problems arise, such as stroke, chest pain, or heart failure. After 60 years, the kidneys lose their former efficiency in filtering salt, and the arteries become more vulnerable. Pickles, canned vegetables, and even healthy soups can contain hidden salt, negating efforts to maintain health. Cooking food at home, carefully studying labels, and using herbs or lemon instead of salt can do an invaluable service to the heart. However, salt is not the only hidden threat lurking in the kitchen. There is another vegetable that seems harmless, but can ignite inflammation and imperceptibly raise blood pressure with every bite. Chili peppers, a spicy ingredient, can undermine heart health. For many older adults, food is not just a source of nutrients, it's memories, culture, and comfort. And nothing adds zest to food like spices. Chili peppers can liven up any dish, adding spice and passion. However, few realize that this fiery vegetable can cause serious heart problems. Chili peppers, especially the spicier varieties, trigger a cascade of reactions in the body. They stimulate the nervous system, increase adrenaline levels, and raise heart rate. For a young and healthy person, this may not be dangerous, but after 60, when arteries become less elastic and the heart more sensitive, such stimulation can have consequences. Doctors often encounter elderly patients complaining of palpitations, chest tightness, or blood pressure spikes after eating spicy food, unaware that the pepper is the culprit. The problem is not only the spiciness, but also the body's reaction to stress. Blood vessels constrict, blood pressure rises, and if a person already has cardiovascular disease or hypertension, spicy food can trigger dangerous heart rhythm disturbances or even a heart attack. Over time, frequent consumption of spicy chili peppers can lead to chronic inflammation of the vascular system, wearing out the very pathways through which the heart sustains the body. It's not necessary to assume that food should be bland, but to create appetizing dishes. It's not essential to resort to spicy spices that irritate the cardiovascular system. Mild herbs, garlic, ginger, and citrus fruits can add zest to dishes without creating additional stress on the heart. It's important to listen to your body. A craving for certain foods may be related to a desire for comfort, but it's important to remember that comfort should not come at the expense of heart health. And if spicy food can subtly harm the heart, what about foods that, on the contrary, are praised for their healing properties, but can quickly become dangerous in their raw form? One such product is raw garlic. Garlic has long and firmly established itself in the world of natural medicine. For centuries, it has been valued for its ability to lower cholesterol, thin the blood, and support heart health. Many older adults deeply believe in its healing power, adding raw cloves to food, or even swallowing them whole, as if they were medicine. And while garlic does have powerful properties, this power can subtly turn into poison when used improperly. Many do not realize that raw garlic is a powerful blood thinner, and when combined with certain heart medications, especially anticoagulants such as warfarin or aspirin, it can dangerously enhance their effect. This can lead to excessive blood thinning, increasing the risk of internal bleeding, bruising, and, in some cases, life-threatening hemorrhages. In medical practice, there are cases where patients experienced nosebleeds that could not be stopped, developed black stools, or suddenly experienced a drop in blood pressure, while they were convinced that they were improving their health with garlic. But it's not just about bleeding. Garlic consumed in large quantities in its raw form can also drastically lower blood pressure. For those already taking medication for hypertension, this can cause dizziness, fatigue, or even fainting. At a certain point, the heart stops receiving the necessary blood flow, and then the real harm begins. The most unpleasant thing in this situation is that the person thinks they are doing everything right. They are not eating harmful food, they are not being careless, but simply trusting a remedy that has been praised for generations. The reality is that even the most natural products have their limits, especially after 60, when the body undergoes changes in its reaction to food and medications. Making informed health decisions requires not only following traditions, but also a deep understanding. If a person likes garlic, it is recommended to consume it cooked and in moderation. But before making it a part of the daily diet, it is necessary to consult a doctor. If raw garlic can pose a hidden danger, what can be said about something more common? About a product that is often consumed raw, but may harbor an invisible enemy. We are talking about raw sprouts. At first glance, they seem fresh and full of life, but for older adults, they can pose a serious threat. Sprouts, such as alfalfa, beans, or mung beans, are often called superfoods because of their crunchy texture enzymes, and raw energy. For many health-conscious seniors, adding a handful of sprouts to a sandwich or salad seems like a sensible choice. However, beneath their delicate appearance lies a hidden danger that can undermine health. Sprouts are grown in warm, moist environments, ideal for breeding bacteria like E. coli, Salmonella, and Listeria. While younger individuals often shrug off food poisoning, older adults face a much greater risk of serious complications. As we age, the immune system weakens, reducing the body's ability to fight infections. A mild stomach upset can quickly escalate into sepsis, dehydration, or a dangerous infection of the heart's lining known as endocarditis. Medical experience shows that even something as seemingly harmless as contaminated sprouts can lead to hospitalization, heart rhythm disturbances, or worsening heart failure in the elderly. The body cannot effectively repair the heart when it's busy fighting an infection, which often goes unnoticed until it's too late. The paradox is that in striving to consume fresh and healthy foods, one can be harmed by the very food intended to nourish them. Therefore, raw sprouts should be approached with caution. If you wish to consume them, it is recommended to cook them first. A quick stir-fry or steaming can kill harmful bacteria while preserving the flavor and nutrients. Caring for heart health is a comprehensive approach that considers not only food choices, but also preparation methods and the body's age-related changes. It's important to understand that what's beneficial now may not be as beneficial as it was 20 years ago. If even seemingly harmless sprouts can pose a risk, what about the combination of certain vegetables with heart medications? What foods on your plate today might harbor hidden threats? Therefore, the question arises, what should seniors eat to reliably protect their hearts? Knowing about the potential harm of some vegetables leads to the natural question, which foods truly promote healing, strengthening, and proper heart function after 60? The answer lies not in trendy diets or exotic ingredients, but in simple, natural vegetables that meet the needs of a mature body. These are foods with anti-inflammatory properties that help normalize blood pressure, strengthen blood vessels, and work harmoniously with medications. This list includes steamed broccoli, tender-baked carrots, roasted cabbage, sweet potatoes, stewed tomatoes, and beneficial legumes like lentils and green beans. All are rich in antioxidants, potassium, fiber, and plant compounds that actively protect arteries and reduce strain on the heart. Unlike raw sprouts or salty vegetables, these foods are easily digested, support stable blood sugar and pressure levels, and benefit the body. After 60, the heart doesn't need extreme diets. It needs consistency, balance, and foods that are both beneficial and enjoyable. Observations show that patients improve their heart health not only through medication, but also through a balanced diet that includes simple, healthy, and delicious meals. A cup of lightly steamed greens, a baked root vegetable, a bowl of bean soup. These small daily steps can reverse years of unnoticed damage. And if you fear that healthy eating is synonymous with bland and boring, that's not the case at all. Herbs like rosemary, turmeric, garlic in moderation, and fresh lemon add exquisite flavor to dishes without creating additional strain on the body. Food should nourish not only the heart but also bring joy. However, with this knowledge, another important step must be taken. Even the healthiest vegetables cannot protect a heart that suffers from a harmful habit. This should be discussed in more detail while there is still time. The heart beats tirelessly from birth, performing over 2 billion beats by age 60, asking for nothing in return. Now, it calls for attention. Aging is not a reason to abandon an active life, but an opportunity to become wiser. Wisdom lies in understanding that past habits that once benefited the body no longer serve it well. Vegetables that were beneficial in youth can subtly harm if consumed incorrectly, at the wrong time, or in combination with unsuitable medications. But there is good news. It's not too late. The damage done is not irreversible. Every small change, whether in diet, quitting harmful habits, physical activity, or rest, can reverse years of silent strain. Observations show how elderly people, tired and exhausted, came back to life with a stronger pulse, clear mind, and light gait. This happened not because of extreme measures, but thanks to an attentive attitude to their body and conscious choices. It is not necessary to be perfect, only consistency is enough. The heart still has the time, strength, and love to give them to you, your family, and the life you have worked so hard on. So it's worth starting today. Reconsider your diet, rethink your habits, and get your energy back. After all, every next heartbeat is a priceless gift that must be cherished.